Oh, hi. This is Tom.
Hey.
Hi. Yeah. So I'm still. I guess one of the reasons I took this was to establish a regular meditation practice. And I probably did it maybe 3 or 4 times last
Okay.
week.
Okay.
But I still didn't do it quite every day. Um, when I did do it, I did find it, yeah, put me in a more positive frame of mind, and yeah, definitely helped me to see probably more compassion for people who I disagree with.
Sure.
I still, I mean, I have problems in general with kind of scheduling, and
Sure.
either I try to do too much in a day or too little, and I'm trying to do other types of meditation. I'm doing a breath meditation and
Good.
following this Deepak Chopra course. So um, yeah, and I want to do other things during the day too. So I some yeah, sometimes I make a very heavy schedule for myself and don't follow it, and then other days I kind of very laid back and don't do all that I want to do. But
Sure. Um, okay, here are just a few thoughts kind of in random order. But first off, let me just make sure I'm getting what you're saying right. You're saying so, okay, you got a lot going on. You're doing other kind of courses, other meditations. You did do this meditation 3 or 4 times, which is good. It seems like you want some more consistency, but then there's also this issue of um, over scheduling yourself and not following through, and then kind of how to, I don't know, just put all this together and make it improve a little bit. Am I getting the question and the concern correct?
yes, that's correct. Yep.
Okay. So meditation, first off, it's interesting. Now meditation, and I think I may have mentioned this last time, but like the benefits of meditation are here, and then the motivation to meditate is here. Now, and then also over time, they'll both grow, but the benefits completely outpace the motivation, although the motivation will grow. And I also overschedule myself. I have problems with follow through, so it's all good and well. But and then this is one of the things that I'll kind of really press is that what you want to do is when you've forgotten to meditate or you haven't meditated, it's like it didn't happen. Who cares? Like drop it. Like if you're inclined to give yourself a hard time, just like drop it and like act like it didn't even happen. But then when you do meditate, like you're like, oh, it's so wonderful, and just like completely celebrate it to a to an unctuous level, like celebrate it and like really like feel the bliss, like literally give yourself a hug, like, oh, I'm so happy. And then so that's one thing. So when it doesn't happen, who cares? Drop it. When it does happen, it's fantastic, and then really reinforce it. Some people, it works like they can give themselves a little reward, like maybe like you drink your coffee in the morning after you've meditated or something like that. Also, the more kind of fixed the place and the time, the meditation, the better. So, like, I always meditate upon getting up and always upon going to bed. And it's like, it would be weird to me to either get up or go to bed without meditating. It's just strange at this point. And then I generally do it in bed. I just, sit cross legged on my pillow. But then sometimes I'll do it on the couch beforehand. So those are just some other ideas. And then something else, and it's very, very important, is that in as much as we have this like motivational headwind, right, that we gotta deal with, what you want to do is whenever you notice a benefit from meditation, like say it out loud, like, oh, I just see now that I was a lot kinder to this person. I think it's because of the meditation. Like literally say it out loud so you can hear yourself, and so you're working on convincing yourself. Another thing is, there's sangha, right? Community. So like I'm sure that you meditated more because you're in this class than not. So, keep participating in Sangha. Also, keep consuming Dharmic material, material on meditation, on even psychology, on other religions, etc. And then see if you can find more like Dharma friends. And then the other thing you can do is you can meditate with people online. I meditate with, for example, this past week I meditated with Philippe online. Um, and so, that's another way to do it. Yeah. And then is there anything else coming up around this? Any other thoughts?
No, I think that's good. Yep.
Great. Fantastic.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sure. Any other questions, practice reports, insights? Anything was pleasant, unpleasant, interesting, lame, blah, blah, blah. What was happening this week, this practice?
Well, I can talk about my experience this week. I wasn't in the class last week, but I do include some loving kindness or compassion meditation in my routine pretty much every morning. And what did I do this week? There was some Kristen Neff, self-kindness, self-compassion meditation. And for me, that's, it is a form of metta, isn't it? It's like, for me, that's very nice, repeating phrases. Also, I've noticed that when I wake up, I'm usually in a bad state when I wake up. The self-loathing is particularly strong on waking up, and I immediately start repeating the phrases. May I be kind to myself.
Oh.
May I accept myself unconditionally, and may I accept my life unconditionally. And I repeat this it's become a habit a little bit. Every time I feel crap. So several times a day, I'll be repeating those phrases. But I find that works very well. In terms of metta for others, I find what I personally like is to repeat some phrases for people. I let the people come into my mind randomly. So different friends will come into my mind. I wish them, I repeat my phrases for them, and I'll stay with them for a few cycles of the phrases, and then someone else will pop up. And inevitably, after like 20 minutes of this, I feel really good, like connected. It reminds me that of my own network of friends and people I love and who love me. So it does generate a warm feeling of metta. What I find does not work so well for me is just repeating a phrase kind of without visualizing people, like for all sentient beings. Like George Haas does that. Lately, we were doing with him in the morning. We were doing metta for all beings, and it's just his phrase is, "May we all be peaceful. May 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 we all be peaceful." And do this for 15 minutes. Well, it does nothing for me, frankly. I don't feel anything. It doesn't. I can't connect it. There's no human. There's no humanity in it. I can't connect it to myself or to people I actually know. So it hasn't worked for me yet. So those are just observations. I guess there's no. I don't have any questions, but maybe.
No. I think that's helpful. And then there's a couple of things I'd like to emphasize. One thing that I like is how you're paying attention to what works for you, because we ourselves have to do the meditation to get any benefit. And so you have to figure out, how am I going to kind of retrofit this to work for me? That's absolutely of central importance. So I think that that's really good. And then also, I'll also say this, that I do resonate with the, oh, may all beings be happy, or maybe all be peaceful. That resonates for me, but I see different faces of different beings pop up. And I think it's really important to see the face, because there's this quality of connection and attunement and of kind of a real personal love. It's got to be personalized. So that makes sense to me as well. Okay, great. Yeah, any other questions or comments?
Hello. Hi. So just to say that, well, this is just a comment. I was able to practice metta meditation every day. Usually I do 15 minutes right after I wake up or before work, and then after my kid goes to sleep at night. I do it. Yeah. And I've also posted on the Telegram an event that happened to me this week, which was that I actually missed one time, one meditation time in the morning. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to meditate in the lunch break. And then my kid saw that I was going to meditate, and then he said to me, okay, I want to do it. I want to do it too. And then I said, okay, you can do it, but can you do it for 15 minutes?
Oh,
Because we've done this before, like 1 year and a half before, but at the time he couldn't do it for more than 5 minutes. But then we did it. I actually guided the
oh,
meditation
wow.
for him and my wife, because my wife was also here in the bedroom. So everybody got into this meditation, and then it was very interesting because my kid actually did the meditation to the end.
Wow.
The 15 minutes of meditation, and then after that I've talked with him about what he thought about it, or what he uh, for example, what he visualized. And then he said about those two kids that he didn't like, that, and
Oh.
then at any other time he couldn't see them smiling at him, and
Uh-huh.
then in this meditation he saw them smiling at him. So this is quite a very good meditation from a meditation session, because this is more like a connection, a
Sure.
family connection as well. So that was very rich to me.
Wow, very cool. Amazing report.
Yeah, I think that was it for this week. I've also tried to do this the 6 acts of generosity
Oh,
that
yeah.
you
Yep,
yeah
yep.
that you suggested. That was harder to do, especially
Mhm.
because we're in lockdown here.
Sure.
And then my only acts of the only acts of generosity that I can do is basically to my family, and
Sure.
then people that I talk to, because sometimes and that's interesting as well, because I think that since I've started to meditate, people come to
Ah.
me more to ask counseling,
Mhm.
something like that. And
Sure.
then I try my best to counsel them, or at least to hear them,
Sure.
their angsts and
Sure.
everything. So I think that this could count as a generosity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The thing about these acts of well, especially in Buddhism, and this is not an explicitly Buddhist class, but in Buddhism, the emphasis is on intention. So, are your intentions of metta, or are they of generosity, etc.? And so, if you're paying attention to the person with this quality of generosity, that's an act of generosity, no problem. If you're, watering the plants and it's an act of generosity and the intention's there, it's good.
I see. Good. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.